All right, g'day folks, how you going? It's Brad here from the Headshot Guys. Take two. The last time I didn't have my microphone working properly, so I'm not sure what the hell happened that. But today I'm going to talk quickly about understanding your client's needs. Now, that might seem pretty basic, but I see so many headshots where I don't think that the photographers are giving enough thought to their clients. They're stressing about lights and gear and cameras and megapixels and all that kind of stuff. But then I see their headshots and their headshots just look pretty ordinary. Standing somebody up against a wall and telling them to smile is not really going to cut it in this day and age. You've got to understand how to make people look good. So first of all, you've got to understand their client's needs, and their client's needs are all about their purpose. Now, you've got to understand their purpose. To understand their purpose, you've probably got to understand what they need the images for. So by understanding what they need the images for, will give you an indication as to what style of imagery they need. Now, when a small business person is marketing themselves these days, there are really three types of imagery that they're going to require potentially. A headshot, which for me is head and shoulders. There's personal branding, which I believe is generally that person, your client, in their workplace or in an office type situation, maybe working at their desk, in an office type environment, maybe meeting a client, with clients, those types of things, talking to a group, depending on, are they manager, do they have staff, those types of things. And then there's the other style is lifestyle imagery, which for me again is imagery that depicts or shows your client what they're doing when they're not working. So if they've got a big house, maybe out the front of their big house, do they drive fancy cars? Do they got a Ferrari? Do they walk their dog along the beach? Do they go to the gym? What do? Do they rock climbing or abseiling or whatever the hell it might be that they're doing when they're not working? That's lifestyle imagery. So they're all slightly different. And there's nothing to say that you can't do those three styles of imagery. It's just making it really clear what your client needs. Now, you should be able to help them with that. Now, sometimes they'll go to their website and the website designer will say, hey, listen, you need a headshot, you need some personal branding imagery, you need some lifestyle photos. Again, it depends on what they do, and that becomes really important. And if you understand what they do, well, then they should be able to advise you about their market and who their clients are and what their clients expect to see when they're looking at your client. So if you've got a lawyer and he's big and smiley and happy, well, okay, is that the type of image that your lawyer needs to attract the right type of clients? Because really the types of people that will look at your client's imagery are potential clients. Existing clients don't go back and, my existing clients don't go back and look at my headshot because they've met me. They're already a client. They're not interested in my new photos or any of that kind of stuff. They're thinking about themselves. So they don't really care about my headshot. So you've got to have a really good understanding of the purpose, your client's needs. Yeah, and then you need to be able to understand your client. What do they look like? What side of their head do they part their hair? Which one of their eyes is bigger? Which side of their mouth do they smile out of first? Which side of their face looks better? Which side of their face do they think looks better? Now, I get lots of clients that think that their right side of their face looks better, and you get them on the big screen and it's actually well, actually, I think your left side looks a little bit better. And they go, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, it does. So there's those types of things. So again, if all you can do is stand your client up against the wall and tell them to smile, well, you're probably doing it wrong. So that's it. Understanding your client's needs, understanding their purpose, understanding what their clients, their potential clients need to see when they're looking at their imagery. I hope this helps. I'm Brad from the Headshot Guys. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below. That's it. That's all you get. See you next week. Ciao now. Bye.